Right now, like this very weekend, somebody is making $500,000 from their bedroom.
Yeah, just using AI to generate these werewolf soap operas.
Exactly.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the incredibly handsome, classically trained actors who used to star in those exact same shows, they are literally selling cold noodles on the street just to survive.
It is a massive shift.
It really is. Today, we are tearing into a multi-billion-dollar entertainment revolution. It's happening in 1-minute increments. It is rewriting the global economics of attention. And honestly, you are probably carrying the whole ecosystem in your pocket right now.
You definitely are. We're talking about the explosive growth of the micro-short drama industry.
Right.
And I mean, the speed at which this space is evolving is just unlike anything we've ever seen in traditional media.
Absolutely. So we've got a stack of industry data, tech breakdowns, and on-the-ground reporting today. Our mission is to synthesize all of it for you.
Because we really need to figure out how a format built on, billionaire vampires and forbidden alphas is completely upending how shows are made, funded, and translated.
Yeah, and we're going to look really hard at the human cost of that hyper-efficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this because the sheer scale of the money moving around here is really the only place to start.
It is. Because the 2025 data across these short drama apps is just staggering. We are talking about $2.98 billion in-app purchases globally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is a 115% increase year over year. It makes it one of the fastest growing app categories on the planet.
That is insane.
Right. But what's even more crucial is the behavioral shift.
Oh.
Users are spending nearly 6 times more time on these platforms compared to just a year ago.
So they aren't just downloading these out of curiosity anymore.
Exactly. They are embedding them into their daily routines, watching on the subway, in line for coffee, right before bed.
And the content they're watching during those subway rides is where this gets wildly fascinating, especially in the U.S. market, which has just absolutely devoured this format.
Oh, completely.
You have platforms like Real Short, right? They're operating on a $1.2 billion revenue run rate, boasting 50 million monthly active users.
Yeah, and the tip of the spear for that growth are titles like Fated to My Forbidden Alpha.
Yes, which perfectly encapsulates the highly engineered content formula driving this entire economy.
It really does. What these platforms have done is weaponize a very specific cultural crossover.
How so?
Well, they've taken classic Chinese web novel tropes. So, like, the female revenge arcs, the unfathomably wealthy CEOs, arranged marriages.
Right.
And they've forcefully merged them with American monster mythology. So suddenly your billionaire CEO with a dark secret is also, the alpha of a werewolf pack in modern-day Seattle.
It's brilliant in a highly manipulative way. I mean, you're mixing the ultimate modern capitalist power fantasy like unlimited wealth and social dominance with the primal danger of a supernatural predator.
Yeah, it taps right into that civilization versus instinct dynamic.
And because these episodes are strictly 1 minute long,
Mm.
every 60 seconds has to deliver a massive emotional spike. There is no time for slow burn character development.
Not at all.
It's just betrayal, slap, reveal, cliffhanger. Over and over again. It operates more like a hyper-engineered fast food drive-thru than fine dining.
That pacing is a direct result of the underlying economics. At MIP London recently, which is this massive global television market, the platform executives laid bare a terrifying financial reality.
Right. What do they say?
They revealed that marketing and user acquisition eat up roughly 90% of their total budgets.
Let's really break down what that means because this is the fulcrum of the entire industry.
Right.
To acquire a single customer, just to get someone scrolling on social media to stop, install the app, and start watching, it costs them between $20 and $30.
And remember, the content is largely free for the first few episodes.
Oh, right.
Then users hit a paywall where they have to buy virtual coins to unlock the rest.
So every script decision, every single camera angle, every line of dialogue is a viral hook designed to solve a brutal math problem.
Exactly. They have to hook you in 3 seconds so you watch, and then hook you so deeply at minute 10 that you actually pull out your credit card to offset that $30 acquisition cost.
But here is where I have to look at the underlying math and call a timeout. I mean, if 90% of a platform's money is being fed into algorithms and social media ads just to buy eyeballs, How do they afford to actually make the shows?
That is the big question.
Right, you can't run a physical production on pennies.
You can't. And that's exactly the breaking point that forced a fundamental paradigm shift in how this content is created. They couldn't just trim budgets by hiring cheaper caterers.
We're shooting fewer takes.
Exactly. The physical cost of a live-action crew simply couldn't survive in a 90% marketing ecosystem. So the industry rapidly pivoted to artificial intelligence.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Was digging into how they solve this. And the perfect distillation is a short drama called The Persian Revenge.
Oh, yeah. This is a crazy example.
Right. This wasn't greenlit by a boardroom. It wasn't shot on a soundstage. It was made by a solo Chinese creator.
Ooh.
Literally one person sitting at a computer.
Just typing away.
Every single visual, every character, the voiceovers, the sweeping shots of ancient Persia, entirely AI generated.
The financials on The Persian Revenge are actively giving traditional Hollywood executives nightmares right now.
I bet. What were the exact numbers?
The total budget for this creator to generate the entire series was 3,000 RMB. That is about $400 US.
Wow. $400.
Yeah. They uploaded the finished series to your channel, which is a platform catering specifically to independent creators. And within 72 hours of going live, users spent $500,000 unlocking episodes.
Wait, $400 in, $500,000 out.
In 3 days.
That is earning back your budget over 1,000 times over in a single weekend.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is how the granular cost reduction actually plays out on the balance sheet.
Right, like how are they doing it so cheaply?
Take visual effects. In a traditional live-action shoot, if you wanted to composite a massive battlefield or, a magical werewolf transformation, standard VFX rates hover around 3,000 RMB per second of finished footage.
Okay, so a lot of money very quickly.
Exactly. But by shifting to AI generation models, that cost plummets to 3 RMB a second.
1,000-fold decrease. That is wild.
It really is. Entire 80-episode series are now being generated for under 5,000 RMB and taking just 3 to 7 days to complete, down from almost a month of grueling physical shooting.
And they aren't hiring extras or renting locations. They're just typing highly specific text prompts into video generation models, dialing in lighting and camera movements through code.
Yep, and letting a server render a Persian army while they drink their morning coffee.
And it isn't just the visuals. There's another massive bottleneck in international entertainment that AI just completely obliterated, and that's localization.
Right, the language barrier.
Because that used to be a massive moat, didn't it?
Historically, yes. If you wanted to take a Chinese-produced micro-short and export it to the US, Latin America, or Japan, translation and dubbing were logistical nightmare.
You'd need human translators to adapt the script, casting directors to find voice actors, studio time to record.
Exactly. A 120-minute series would take days and cost tens of thousands of dollars. Now, AI neural networks handle that entire process.
And the way the tech actually works is wild. It's not just running the script through a basic translator and slapping a robotic voice over the video.
No, not at all.
These models clone the emotional resonance of the original actor's voice, generate the translated audio, and then manipulate the actual pixels on the actor's face in the video so their lip movements perfectly match the new language.
It is seamless. They're altering the phones and the facial geometry simultaneously, and it does that 120 minutes of content in about 4 to 5 hours.
That is incredibly fast.
It cuts the localization cost by over 90% while maintaining an accuracy rate of over 95%, including localized slang.
Which means a creator can now execute a simultaneous global release. They push a button, and their show launches in English, Spanish, Japanese, and Korean at the exact same moment.
Exactly.
I really want you to visualize the sheer concentration of power here as a listener. Imagine a single person in their bedroom with a decent laptop and an internet connection.
That's all you need.
They can write a script using a language model, generate storyboards, prompt the video renders, apply AI voiceovers, and a generated soundtrack, translate the whole package into 5 languages, and distribute it globally.
And platforms like your channel let them keep up to 90% of the revenue, dropping those earnings directly into their Apple Pay or PayPal.
It is the absolute democratization of the means of production.
It is. It's a frictionless content engine. But, every time you completely remove friction from an industry, you also remove the people who used to rely on that friction to pay their rent.
That is such a crucial point. That $500,000 weekend didn't just materialize out of thin air. That massive efficiency was extracted directly from the livelihoods of traditional crews.
Absolutely.
Which brings us to the very real, very physical fallout of this digital revolution. Because behind those billion-dollar app valuations and $400 solo blockbusters, there are human beings whose entire skill sets have been rendered obsolete almost overnight.